Hi, this is Dr. Shirley Caruso. Thank you for joining me. In this tutorial, you will learn how to create a Prezi Present from scratch, add topics and subtopics, add images, shapes, lines, arrows, or icons, and add animations. Be sure to use Google Chrome as your browser. Let's head on over to Prezi.com to get started. I'm now at Prezi.com and I am going to choose for educators. Then I'm going to choose Try Prezi for free. And I'm going to sign in with Google. Here you would choose your account. I'm going to choose my Northeastern Google-based email account. And as you can see, I already have some projects here, but your projects will be blank unless you've used Prezi in the past. And over here on the left, I'm going to choose Prezi Present. And I'm going to start from scratch. Here where it says Untitled Presentation, I'm going to give it a name. Now what we know from the assignment details is that we need 6 topics and 6 subtopics, and those topics have been relayed to us through our client. So here I'm going to give this a title. You may want to use the subtitle to indicate which group of employees you're training. And this circle here represents a topic. So I am going to, before I do anything else, I am going to copy so that I have 6 of these. So I'm going to go up to Insert, and I'm going to insert five more so that I have a total of 6 topics. So you can pick them up and move them around to make them any design you would like to make them. You can also resize them if you think they are too large. And here you can see on the left-hand side are the topics that you have just now added to your presentation. I'll go back to the parent. And it appears I need just one more topic to make a total of 6. So again, you can pick them up and move them around. You can resize them if you would like. I can always change the order later, and I'll let you know how to do that. By dragging them down, you increase your canvas or the space on your screen. So now I'm going to start populating or start editing these topics. So I know that by clicking into this text box, I can change the default word where it says topic, just like you would in Microsoft Word or Google Slides. And I'm going to change this to history. And it changed this one to mission statement. Going to change this one to location. Services offered. And all the topics that your client has asked you to address in this assignment. And you can see here that now these topics have been named the same thing as I have named them here. Notice that when I double click on this, it flips over. So each topic is like a double-sided coin, and you must populate both sides. So I'm just going to name this again history so that we know which topic we are talking about. And you can refer back to the case study to learn more about the history of Zoom and Groom, and you can recap that here. So here is where you would summarize the history of Zoom and Groom. Now here over to the right, we see that there is a topic. You must have 6 topics, which is the larger circle, and 6 subtopics. You might want to associate one subtopic for each topic, or one topic could have 3 subtopics, and another could have 2, and another could have 1, just as long as there are a total of 6 subtopics throughout the presentation. So under history, you might want to say something about the year. So maybe we're talking about last year, 2020, when Lana first started to think about opening this new organization, this new company. So just like the main topic, the subtopic is double-sided. So I'm also going to call this 2020. And you would want to say something further about this year. And here's where you might want to say, this is where she got the idea to start the company. So I'm going to go back to the main, the home page here. And now when I click on history, you can see that the second side is populated, and you're going to add some detail here. And it has a subtopic that is labeled. And if I double click that, it flips over, and you're going to add some more detail here. So you would go through all of these topics. I'm going to go back home here. And you would populate each side of the main larger circle, which is the topic. And you would make sure that throughout your presentation you have included 6 subtopics. Both sides of the smaller circles are also populated. So we can see here that under this services offered, this was the first topic that was included, and Prezi has given us a default, a picture here that is not relevant, so I'm going to delete it. And it has given 3 subtopics here, and you may not need all 3 of these, or you may just need 1, so you can delete them as you see fit. If you'd like to add one in, you go to Insert, Subtopic, and you get one back, and you can rearrange these. I'm just going to go back home, and the second thing I would like to show you, if you would like to have a decorative background, you can certainly do that. And that would happen under Style, Background. And you can choose a defaulted background. Prezi has given you one. Or you can use the menu to choose a different background. Now, some of these images are free and some are locked, and they require you to have a subscription to Prezi, or you may upload your own image. So I've saved an image that I would like to upload. Some images work better than others. This one is kind of grainy, so you might want to keep experimenting and find an image that really is crystal clear. You can also change the colors of these topics if you would like by going up to Fill Color. And make sure that you choose one that is going to complement your background and not get lost in the background. Please check the assignment details for how many images you need to include. So I am going to double click on my History tab, and I'm going to decide that this is where I would like to include an image. So I'm going to go to Insert Image, and I can either upload an image or search for one here. So just type in the words history to see what comes up. Just going to exit out of this pop-up here and see what comes up with images for history. Now here's a picture of a dog that would have been relevant. I'm not seeing anything for history. So maybe I'm going to look up date. And I'm not coming up with anything there. There are not too many free images. So just to show you how to add an image, I'm going to add the picture of the dog here. Now let's say I'm going to go back home. Let's say I want to add another image to mission statement. Remember, you're going to populate this. This is going to say mission statement. And the case study does give a mission statement. You will want to type that out here. But let's say that this is a place where I also want to add an image. So I can search for an image on Google. Let's say I like this one here. I'm going to copy the image. I'm going to go back to Prezi, and I can paste the image right there. So you can search Google to find the images you want as well. I'm going to go back home. So far, I've shown you how to create an account in Prezi Present. I've shown you how to create it from a blank presentation or start from scratch. I've shown you how to add topics and subtopics, and I've shown you how to add an image. Now I'm going to show you if you wanted to add some sort of shape. So we'll just go here to this one, and of course you're going to populate. You may not need all of these subtopics, but if you would like to insert other elements like an icon or a chart or an arrow or a shape, you would find the menu under Insert. So I'm going to just insert an arrow, and here are the arrows that I could choose. I could just drag it over here, Now let's say I really wanted to give emphasis to one of these subtopics. I'm just going to position my arrow just like that. Now let's say I wanted to add some animation. So I'm going to go back to this picture of a dog. This time I'm going to insert, and the thing that I am going to insert is animation. So there's not a lot to choose from. There's a fade in, there's a fade out, there's a zoom area, there's a zoom to. So let me just show you what the zoom area does. It gives you a text box, what's similar to a text box, where you can move it around on your screen, and you can resize it to the object or the text that you would really like Prezi to zoom into. So I'm going to go back home, and here I'm going to present what I have done so far so you can see the effects. I'm going to make sure that this presentation slide bar is all the way at the beginning, and then I'm going to click the forward arrow. Now you see here, it did not go to history first, so we're going to fix that. You can see here that it's going to zoom to services offered first, and you want it to go to history first, so I'm just going to pick this up and drag this to the first position. And I'm going to try to present it again. And make sure it's starting at the beginning. And here you can see it zoomed right into that first slide that you wanted to show, which is history. Now when I click the arrow to the right again, it's going to zoom in on the zoom area that we defined. So both sides of subtopics and topics must be populated. When you are ready to submit this assignment, you're going to choose Share and View Link. Create New Link, give it a name, and then choose Create Link. You're going to copy this link, and in your Embed Codes for Projects and Passwords for Sites, under Prezi, you are going to find the embed code that you'll be creating. So what you are going to do is, where it says your view link in bold letters, nothing more or nothing less, you're going to replace those 3 words with the view link that you just copied. And then you are going to copy this embed code, and we're going to head on over to Desire to Learn so I can show you how to submit this assignment to me. So I'm going to copy this code. I've logged into Desire to Learn. Under Assignments, making sure that I have met all the criteria for the assignment, I'm going to choose either Insert Stuff, or I can choose the HTML source editor. Either one will allow you to paste the embed code. I'm going to click Next. And here you can see I have a preview of my presentation. If you can see it, that means I can see it. If you can't see it, that means maybe you're not using the Chrome browser, or something isn't just right with your code and you'll need to go back and redo your code. If everything's okay, click Insert. You will also need to add your updated timeline by choosing Add a File. And once everything is looking good, you would then click Submit. In this tutorial, I have shown you how to create a Prezi Present from scratch, how to add topics and subtopics, images, shapes, lines, arrows, or icons, and add animations. I've also shown you how to submit this assignment to Desire to Learn. I hope you have found this tutorial helpful, and I'll see you soon.